What is up, guys? I haven't streamed for Dadbod in a while, but we're back. There's my daughter. No, it's okay. She can scream. This is a Dev Dad stream. So, totally on point if Ada is just in the background screaming her head off. So, the main thing I'm working on is I need a way to level up the item. Even though the item is now technically a resource. So, oh, that's really wide. Yeah, so I need a way to level up the item, even though the item is now a resource, which means that I need to create a new version of the item every time I want to do something with it, or every time I equip it to a new person. So that means that the loadout component is going to need to copy the item when it is equipped. Or perhaps if it is a duplicate, then it copies. Well, that won't work because I need. Yeah. This is the problem I was running into previously. This is definitely something that I want to, well, that needs to be improved. Sorry? It should be calm, sure. Let's see. Alright, guys. Dadbod dev with daughter. Alright. It's the ultimate. She's kind of awake right now, so she might not really enjoy developing with dad, getting programmed in this way. But we'll find out. I like to just sit her down on my desk here. Boom. There we go. All right, so we are still working on. I can add the algorithmic level effect to the item itself. I can have the item track its own levels. I can trigger a level up to the item correctly. Have it emit events to update its stat modifier across affected entities and items. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you ready to develop with that? You ready to build some cool crap? Build a game that we can play? We want to play? I want to play? This, honestly, this is probably going to take a lot of iteration on my part to try and get this right. Just because I really don't know what is going to work and what isn't. So we're going to need to try a couple of different things. All right, but let's get the basics of what we're trying to do down. I just had an idea. I could probably use AI to scan how the level up system currently works and just have it create a roadmap or a plan for me that incorporates all of the different pieces. Maybe that's something that I do. But So we got our component right here. That sets things up. That applies the algorithmic effect to the entity. We can set the level, we can increment, we can decrement. And setting level calls apply effects. See if we can make that more comfortable. So it applies the effects, goes to the algorithmic update effect, and updates it to be the current level. Okay. So basically, I want to have these algorithmic level effects. She's not liking it, guys. She's not a fan. She might want to explore. See if that's any better. She definitely wants to explore. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to give her back to mama. Be right back. She's short-lived. I'll be honest, it's hard. Let's see. It's hard to work when the baby is screaming on you. I'm pretty good at tuning her out when she's laying down somewhere else, but when she's on you, definitely much harder. Okay, so I'm exporting this group item level, and wondering if I should make this its own resource. Keep it simple for now and just say item level. Is anyone watching this? Does anyone watching this have kids of their own? Alright, I'm just going to copy this, apply effect. And save the current entity. Basically just copying all of the functions that we have here actually. I'm just gonna here. Entity. Alright, something else that I would like to do is Mm. Yes. Yeah, it's super nice. Stuff like this. I just take a tab and it kind of auto completes. And mm, it. Don't need to pass the entity yet. I just need to go create. An static method. Like the item is silly of me. Okay, so now I can create a copy, which means if I go back to item, and get rid of this static, I don't really care about that. So we have our levels. We can apply effects to each of them. I have this formatter that's supposed to make all my easy script code look super nice, but it just there's an infinite loop, which just never stops, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, so we've got our item. We can apply and do the levels. Our algorithmic effects. Just going to clamp the hole between 1 and the item level max. We're going to apply our effects. So that way, increment and decrement to just up one or down a level. So there we go. This about things. Right. There is our levels. We can create a copy of our item, and we want to update this. We're creating a copy of each of our algorithmic effects. I'd say we might want to update our equip effects. Yeah, because this algorithmic effect, for example, is getting the equipment component, looking for the equip effects, equip stat modifier effect, health component modifier, which technically I need to reroute this to look at the equip effect directly here instead of on the equipment component. That was a bug. Let's fix that. Great. Hey, fam. Yeah. Dadbod's a game that I'm working on with my wife. It's a game that I want to play with her. That's the goal is to build a game that I want to play with my family. And part of that involves building an instructional game. So a game that you learn real life skills while you play. That's Dadbod. Have fun, learn real life skills, do awesome crap with the friends and the family. So right now I'm turning it into a multiplayer game, um, so I can play it with my wife and my daughter, who is 10 weeks old right now. Okay. So what extension is GD? GD is Godot script. It's the language of game Godot. Yeah, this is Godot. Well, this is an IDE. This is Godot. Right, so we have our algorithmic level effects inside. So Godot supports both GD and C#. You can use both at the same time. I would argue just use Godot script unless you're looking for higher, just increased efficiency, and then you can transfer some of your classes into C#, and they'll both work interchangeably. That's one of the cool parts about Godot. I can write in this Pythonic language, which is really, really fast to write in, and then I can optimize with C#. Oh, okay, hold on. This is. Looks like I already handled this issue of health modifier component. So I'm creating a new value. Go modifier, new. Okay. Set up, remove, update, get it going. Okay. I might not need this create copy then. Right? Unnecessary. Yeah. I don't think I need it. I just need to define, I just need to give myself their docs. Okay. Set up. That would be bad. Eating. Moves the look. Um, my main issue is that I didn't understand my previous code, which I believe is a common thing, especially when I'm working with all this different information and all the different rules that are involved. It's going to have modifier update is going to do effect updating, exchange effect updated with. So it's basically saying more health. And each of these algorithm level effects, they don't store the level or anything like that. We just call update for each of them. Now the health modifier will change. So I do need this create copy. Because that needs to be unique for each of the different resources. Or the issues with resources, not an issue. One of the rules of resources is that unless you create a copy, you're going to be using the same resource for every single entity. So if I want to create a new item and modify that item independent of others, I need to create a new resource for it. And I also have to create a new resource for every layer of that item down to its leaves, if you will. So This is where stuff's about to get real. We're about to break all this. We're gonna item. We'll start with the level modifier. So we no longer need to get the equipment components. The only thing that we need to do is loop through the item, equip effects, and do all of that. So resolves that problem. I'm gonna add so I think this probably needs to do a bit more than just set the health modifier to be no. But we'll see. We shall see. I believe it has to be more. It has to do something else. Right. So that is our algorithmic level effect health modifier. It's the only one I'm going to mess with for now. Actual item. So algorithmic level effect, that's this guy. It's going to update the equip effect that is here. So one thing that I know I need to do is for these equip effects, we want to have copies. Effect add scene. I don't care about doing anything with the packed scene. That's just data. I do want to copy that. The equip stat effect. This is probably going to be more in depth. Because I have a list of stat modifier effects. And I add them to the entity on equip. So that's a way to call duplicate. Super nice. Okay. So I did just create this create copy on the stat modifier effect. So let's go there. Was great. There we go. Okay. So we'll create a copy for that. Quick target setup effect. Not sure I care too much about this one. For now at least. Okay. Alright, so now we have our quick stat effect. which is the one we actually care about because it has a stat modifier effect. And the stat modifier effect, for example, is like this health component modifier is a stat modifier effect. That will, that updates the health component and increases the health max of that thing. So yep, and this works correctly. All right. Let's fetch and go. So we got our stat effect, we got that mod effects, we got copy stat effects. Okay. So now we can go back to our item and we can copy all of our effects. There we go. So copy all of our resources. And theoretically, we should be able to increment the item level. So if we want to know that component, so if item names and encrypt keys, and we do our duplicate, let's go ahead that down. Duplicate level up effect. Then we want previously getting the level component. Don't want to do that anymore. We just want to call item adding. It should work. Okay. And double check. Yeah. With items, item names, that should be the item itself. Oh, all right. Okay, so this works for me. What I get. Now we just need to wire all of it up, make it work. So first and foremost, we're going to go through, let's start with what triggers the item level up. So that's going to be our first thing. We're going to go to player. We're going to check out our loadout component. We're going to add a duplicate effect. There we go. So when a duplicate is detected, we're going to level it up. That's step 1. Step 2 is going to so yeah, the health impasse. Impasse. That increases maximum health by 20 per level. So we have this step equivalent for the equip effects. And equip effect, stat modifier effect. So that effect should stat new health modifier, health component modifier. Let's just double check I'm doing that right. Equip stat effect. Health max change is going to be 20. So equip stat modifier effect. Our list, we add one here. And we have our health component. Okay. Guess one of the reasons oh, this is good. Okay. So we got our stat modifier effect. We have an array of stat modifier effects. It applies our health component increase when it's equipped. So our next step then is item level. Item level is 1. I said max level is 10. And the algorithmic effect is going to be the effect level health modifier. I got it. Attempted to set an object into a typed array is not inherent from the script. Okay. So probably just need to do algorithmic effect modifier. Health max change. It's going to go up by 20. I agree with that. And there we go. Now I have our algorithmic level effect. So every time it goes up a level, it will find this health component modifier. Okay. So we first set it up with the provided item, which looks for the health component modifier inside of the equip effects, stat effects. So it loops through all the equip effects, and it loops through all the stat effects. It finds if it is a health component modifier, gets that, and then it breaks. Then we just call health component modifier.update get new value level. So that updates the health max change with the current level data. So, okay, so that happens. I think we need to wire this up in the item itself. Simple init function here. Okay. I want to set up for algorithmic effects. We'll set up with ourself and the item level so that it can find our health modifier. Okay. I'm curious if this init will just get called automatically. It does. Awesome. It doesn't. Wait, maybe call it. I hope is that it gets called out. Right. Ah, the last thing we need to do is the loadout component. Where do we want to create the copy of our item? That's the last piece of this puzzle, I think, is creating a copy of the item. Okay, two options come to mind. One, I can create the copy of the item in the loadout component, which I don't think is a super good idea. I think a better option, I'm just going to assume that if an item comes to this point, it's in a good spot. Hey, Zemsta, how's it going? So what we need to do then is in the item chooser. When we're selecting the items, maybe this equip local. Oh, yeah, maybe it goes right here. I've been programming since I was 11. That should be final piece to the puzzle. So let's just run it. Let's just see if it works. All right, so that's working. Okay, we're gonna pick gym pass. There we go. All right, crashed. Okay, just that modifier component. D133. You're saying that get effect ID on base no. install this. Thanks, Insta. Objects are incredibly useful. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. It gets a bit more complex when they're in a multiplayer game, but objects are very, very powerful. Okay, so looks like the register effect. So measure component line 64. It's going to register the effect. Adds that modifier effect, which is equips that effect on the equip. Okay. Apparently one of those is not right. Got our gym pass. Equip stat modifier effect. Stat modifier effects. Okay, so the only thing I can think of is that when I called my client create copy, it was returning null for some reason. So if we just go and take a look at our health. Yep, I don't have a copy in here. Alright, that makes sense. So I can create copy. Like that. Call update on myself. Yeah. Let's go. That's it. That's smart. Let's go, Mr. AI. I do have a create copy in here. Right. So we should have fixed that problem. Let's try again. Great. Okay, so that added it. Not very good at my own game, I guess. Okay, now cracked it. So level up. Legs to function apply. And base, resource, algorithm, level effect, modifier. Item, set level, effect. Okay, so algorithmic. Level effect. I guess instead of apply, we call the update function. Something I would like to do to make sure it's working. Our health component in here. I'm gonna add a logger. You. I'm gonna say we just be warning. Okay. So ideally, we're going to see the maximum health of the player increase every time we pick up one of those items. Let's increase the rate of testing. Let's have a ton of experience. Enough. I can test real fast. Run through all the experience, level up, level up, level up. Let's go. Okay. Gym pass. Okay, I'll time it. I'll type it in function update and base research. Item line 72. You gotta get index. Okay. What do I basic? Default. Actually, I'm gonna change this to the item.name. Okay, that should fix the item levels so they display to the user. So they know what level their gym pass is. There's so many of those they hide. Enter. Okay, so gym pass is up there. It's number one. Let's see if we level up again. What do we get? 2 errors. No, but it didn't level up. Item. It also didn't print out health component actual health max. So our health didn't actually increase. Well, I'm going to say that that is something else. That's something I'll tackle tomorrow. This time is up. I've been going for an hour and 15 minutes, so we're done for the day. I'll just write that down. Level up is not. Level up is not working. And would exist at any step of level up process. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping in. I really appreciate it. I'm just gonna whip this out at the very end here. So I'm putting together a community of people called the Dream Builders. People with a psychological need to see their dream become a reality. And I'm one of those people. I want to build my dream. I want to build it as fast as possible. And so the goal of the community is to get together a group of like-minded people that want to see their dream become a reality, and also teach you guys how to make it happen faster, how to make it happen more predictably, how to make you inevitable. That's the end goal. So there's a monthly training on automation/AI, like programming, low code. I should say not programming, low code, using low code to get more done. Things like Zapier and Make. And there's also a weekly training on mindset, habits, building habits into your life that help you progress as fast as possible. So hop on it. I would love to see you there. We're just barely getting started, so if you want to hop in, join the conversation, let's go. This is my favorite place to be, and all my content gets posted in there too. So I will see you there. And thank you so much for joining on this wonderful Tuesday. I will see you next week, tomorrow, whenever I go live again. See ya.